I still remember the way the clock ticked that night, each second dragging across my chest like a dull knife. 24 years of marriage. And yet, there I was, pacing the living room like a stranger in my own home. The dinner table sat empty, candles unlit. The roast chicken I had prepared hours earlier had gone cold. My wife, Diane, had said she was going out for a girls' night. But after so many years together, I knew her patterns, her voice, her eyes. That night, her eyes betrayed her. She wasn't with her friends. She was on a date. And I wasn't going to wait another 24 years to face the truth. It started small, like most betrayals do. Diane became protective of her phone, practically glued to her hand. She dressed differently, spent more time in front of the mirror, laughed at messages she wouldn't show me, and carried a faint trace of perfume that wasn't mine. At first, I told myself it was paranoia. We had built a life together, raised 2 kids, bought a home, survived the loss of her mother, celebrated countless anniversaries. Who cheats after all that? But then came the lie. "Girls' night," she said, slipping into a black dress I hadn't seen in years. It clung to her body in a way that was far from casual. Lipstick, heels, perfume. Effort she hadn't shown me in a long, long time. My gut twisted. I could confront her, demand answers, beg for the truth. But something inside me shifted. I thought of the years I'd given her. Late nights working overtime, sacrifices, dreams put on hold so we could build a family. If she truly was betraying me, she didn't deserve another fight. She deserved consequences. So, while she left the house with a smile not meant for me, I made a call to my attorney. "Send the process server tonight," I said, voice calm but resolute. The hours dragged. I stared at our wedding photo on the mantel. Her in lace, me in a suit too big for my frame, both of us beaming with promises we thought would last forever. "What happened to us, Diane?" Then came the sound I had been waiting for, the crunch of tires on the driveway. Diane returned, cheeks flushed, eyes sparkling, the way they hadn't looked at me in years. She froze when she saw me still in my work clothes, hands clasped tightly. "Tom," she stammered. "You're still up?" "Yeah," I replied flatly. I was waiting. Before she could explain, a knock interrupted. A man in a suit stood there, holding a sealed envelope. "Mrs. Diane Walker?" She stepped forward. "Yes. You've been served," he said. Her face drained of color as she clutched the papers. "Divorce papers." My voice low, trembling. "Divorce papers." Her lips parted. "Tom, wait. It's not what you think. You spent tonight with another man after 24 years, Diane. 24 years. Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't tell if it was guilt or fear of losing everything. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she stammered. I felt like something was missing. "You've been so distant, so focused on work." I laughed bitterly. "Distant? Diane, I worked late nights for us, for this house, for our kids. And you repaid me by running into another man's arms." She sank onto the couch, divorce papers shaking in her hands. "Do you really want to throw away everything we've built? 24 years, Tom." "Don't you dare talk about family," I interrupted. "You threw that away the moment you chose a date over your husband. You made your choice tonight, and I made mine." Her tears spilled freely. I thought of the nights I held her when her mother died, the day our son was born, the laughter over burnt dinners, broken washing machines, all now poisoned by one night of betrayal. Finally, I stood. "I'll sleep in the guest room tonight. Tomorrow, you can start packing." "Tom, please. I still love you." "You don't love me, Diane. You love the idea of me being here while you chase someone else. That's convenience, not love." I left her sobbing on the couch. The following weeks blurred. Lawyers, paperwork, whispered conversations with our children. My daughter cried, blaming herself. My son clenched his fists in silent rage. Diane tried reaching out, begging for another chance, but it was too late. The final goodbye came at the courthouse. Diane's eyes were swollen from crying. I wanted pity but felt only emptiness. "I never thought it would end like this," she whispered. "The woman I once believed would be by my side until the end of my life. Neither did I said softly. "But you made sure it did." I pulled my hand away. That was the last time we spoke. Months later, the house is quiet but healing. Traces of her perfume linger, reminders of what was lost. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart, it reshapes you. It forces you to confront who you are without the person you thought you couldn't live without. That night, Diane went on a Friday date, and I sent her a process server. The hardest decision I've ever made, but the one that saved me. Reclaiming my dignity, my peace, and the years I refused to let her waste was worth far more than 24 years of lies. If this story moved you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Let others learn the power of reclaiming your life, even after betrayal.